Welcome to Retail Now's IT Essentials. This afternoon, we have the privilege to introduce North America's #1 AI restaurant marketing expert. Last year, his company, DVC Technologies, in Vancouver, Canada, was Retail Now's Newcomer of the Year, which has now become a forerunner in AI-driven marketing solutions for the restaurant industry. His vision has been pivotal in developing a unique blend of automated data collection and advanced restaurant CRM. Please welcome to the stage the president and CEO of DVC Technologies, Mr. Dennis Wilson.
Hello and welcome to AI and ChatGPT, the do's and don'ts to maximize impact. I want to start with a big shout out to Retail Now and the RSPA team and thank them for having me on their stage to share with you a little bit about how to maximize your profits with ChatGPT. I'm Dennis Wilson, co-founder of Doing Business Creatively with AI, DVC Technologies Limited. We're excited to be here and share with you some really interesting tips and tricks and new things that have come available in the AI space. Contrary to popular belief, AI is not going to take your job. It is the person who uses AI that will take your job. This is a really fantastic quote from Jensen Huang, president of NVIDIA, in his How to Be an Entrepreneur video. He went further to say that NVIDIA would not be able to create the current chips at the level they create them without AI. It's an integral part of their business, and he would love to grow the company to being 100% AI. It's just really, really fantastic what AI is doing to empower companies around the world.
So AI will not erode your company's market share. It's the company using AI and selling AI that's going to erode your market share. So how can ISVs and VARs benefit the most from using and or selling AI? That's what we're going to get into today. So this is a survey done by the restaurant business or the National Restaurant News Intelligence Division. And it's restaurant focused, but think other verticals because almost everything I'm about to go through here applies to almost every vertical. So Restaurant Tech Investment says over the next 12 months, restaurants are going to prioritize spending on driving revenue, managing costs. So let's look at the opportunities this creates. So they asked the question, what are the top objectives as you look to improve profitability in the next 12 months? The first one was they want to increase traffic. 41% said that. Oh, red check. That means chat can help with that. So it can help with marketing campaigns, chat support, and content creation. 36% said they want to improve their marketing and customer engagement. Oh, another red check. You can do marketing campaigns, chat support, and marketing creation. You're going to see these happening over and over. So that's good. Learn it once. You can deploy it in all areas. Increase the average check size. 25% wanted to do that. Yep. Upselling, cross-selling with AI voice agents and chatbots and even your online ordering systems all can help to upsell purchases. Menu optimization, menu descriptions. Chat just does a bunch of the boring work that nobody wants to do, and it makes it effortless. Increase off-premises sales. Up to 18% of the people were interested in that. Black check, because it's not quite as exciting. It can still help, but it's a bit more work. Upselling, cross-selling, chatbot order support, digital presence. So it's still there. Like there's none of these bubbles chat can't help with. Improved data analysis. Only 16% are looking at it. Chat's really, 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 really good at data analysis. Anyone in the POS business, you can take complicated report in your system. I actually just heard it happening in lunch. Someone said, oh, I got that report for the accounting, whatever, and gosh, it's just so darn confusing, and I wish I could know what it meant. Well, guess what? You can upload the PDF of that report into chat and say, what does it mean? And it'll accurately, most of the time, tell you that. And then when you ask your accountant, he'll agree or disagree, but you can actually get insights into complicated data with a very simple prompt with ChatGPT. So auto data reporting, predictive sales, inventory analytics, same thing. You know everything that's going on with the POS. You can do analytics against it just by setting out to ChatGPT. Customer behavior analysis gets a lot more complicated, but is a very interesting space. We'll get into a lot of details on these things as we go. Improve back office efficiency. Yeah, it's pretty good at that. I use it. Anyone, raise your hand if you use Excel. So it's extremely, extremely good at formulas. And you don't have to think. You can say, I have the car make in column B, and I have this here, and I have that there, and what I'm really trying to do is this. And it'll come back and say, great, put this in C2, drag it down, you're done. And it's really, really amazing how quickly it does it, how easy it does it. And I'm really good at Excel, and I have become terrible at doing it myself now because it's so much faster and better than me. So optimize compliance. Yeah, so any compliance things that you're dealing with, big forms that need to be filled out, data that needs to be amalgamated, you can just go and put all the source stuff into it and say, I need a report done in this format, in this way, here's an example, and it'll get you 80% of the way there. It's crazy. Reduce operating costs. Again, if we're reducing our marketing costs and we're reducing our data analysis costs, I mean, it just keeps going. So chatbots can help with this. AI phone agents, you can reduce your labor cost management, all things that restaurants are saying they need. I bet you liquor stores are saying they need it. I bet you cannabis is saying they need it. I bet you everyone's saying they need the same stuff. Boost productivity, absolutely. Automated customer service, right? We're going to share in a little bit. A phone answering bot that answers in real time, 10,000 incoming calls at once, no problem, and it'll answer all the nuisance calls. Employee training. I know in my company, we're not so good at documented employee training. Employee training is like, okay, so that's your chair. That's your computer. Here's the guys. So, go and build this piece of software. We have not got a lot of manuals, but now we're starting to get them because it's very easy to write a manual for jobs by giving it a little bit of information and having it do the rest of the work. Better scheduling. Again, it can take your random number of people you have and what you're trying to do, and with a fairly simple prompt, come back to you with a suggestion for scheduling. And of course, now there's a lot of tools out there that are AI generating of helping with scheduling. Reduce labor costs. Again, chatbots, AI agent, better scheduling. Streamline back house ops. Yep, same thing. Recipe management. I mean, you can literally go in and say, I did it. I said, I want to, one of our customers does smoothies, and she wanted to have a unique smoothie recipe every month. And I said, well, what are you looking to accomplish? I want it to have this benefit. And it came back and said, well, you should use this much turmeric and this much this much this, this much this. And it's going to have the benefit of this, 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 this. And she's a super nutritionist. So I sent it to her, expecting that's not going to work. And she said, how did you come up with that? Okay, so it seems totally unreal, but it's real. Streamlined order flow and food safety monitoring all have tools that exist or that are coming, or that with a little creative use of a $20 a month license to ChatGPT, you can learn how to do it yourself, or your team can. And then front of house ops. Again, good, not super stellar and amazing, and we won't talk about that one because apparently it didn't fire. So how about other verticals? As I said, is there anything there that you can't apply to any vertical that you sell into? Right? Every channel has most of the same problems. So I talked chatbot. What's a chatbot? Raise your hand if you know what I mean when I say chatbot. That's awesome. That's why you're all in this room, right? Perfect. So a computer program designed to simulate conversation with human users, especially over the internet. So this is what a lot of people may think a chatbot is. This is the old-fashioned bank frustrate you until you want to change to another bank, except they have the same banking, non-helpful chatbot. So this is the question-answer pairing stuff. This isn't any kind of natural language, it's just not the thing. So not natural conversation, and returns are all programmed. So if you ask it a question it doesn't know, it's very helpful. And I know because this particular one was a big bank in Canada, and I just kept asking it things that were logical. I'm sorry, I don't know the answer to that. You should call that. So they're also difficult to change, because if you make a change, you have to go in and put a bunch of new questions and answer pairs in. You can't just add another piece to your knowledge base and now it knows it. Don't like those. So here's the big chest. This is a video of a chatbot. Newfangled, new way. There's no voice because it's a chatbot, okay? Can you read it, or should I be reading it? Okay. So questions like this would never happen on the old chatbots. It would just go, huh? And the big one. So why did it know all this data? Because we trained it. How do we train it? We literally, so we have, restaurant marketing, so therefore we have the restaurant's menu, and we just fed it the menu. Well, it accesses the menu, it accesses a whole bunch of reviews, and just by thinking creatively, to program this bot took us about 6 days of developers' time to build it so we can resell it. 6 days, and I can resell this for $50 a month to anybody. To actually put the details into it that I want it to work from, it took 20 minutes, and this is the level it operates at. Everybody could actually have something like this for your own support that you then push down through the channel to help with their support. It can be made into a WordPress plugin. So this kind of stuff is reasonably simple to do, and even if you're outsourcing it, it's reasonably inexpensive to build. So what are the differences? Well, it's not programmed. It's not question, answer, question, answer, question, answer. It's here's the menu, and here's a bunch of reviews, and here's a bunch of information. So use this to answer whatever random question the person asked. To make your bot better, bots don't work perfectly day one. You launch the bot, you use the bot, you look at a bunch of transcripts, because people are crazy, man. I mean, the stuff they ask just doesn't make sense, right? Here, yes, I'd like to have a Big Mac, large fries, and Coke, please. Oh, what size of Coke? Oh, large, please. Oh, wait, medium. Oh, can I get some extra pickles on the Big Mac? You know what? Actually, on second thought, no fries. No, medium fries. How's AI going to? How's a human going to figure that out? Let alone AI figure that out. So they're not programmed. They're just going with the data they've been given. Conversations based on trade data, and they can contextually suggest a sell. In the cannabis industry, it can literally get into what strain are you looking for? What's your ailment? What are you trying to solve? And if you've given it the information, we'll just tell the customer, you should buy the MKX, whatever, 25 milligram gummy because you're a newbie, so don't do the 200s because you'll be knocked on your butt forever, right? So, are you a part of the future or are you living in the past? How can we all unlock this potential, buy tools, make tools, resell tools, use tools to make sure we stay ahead of our competitors? So where do you start? So this is the hard part. Is everyone ready? I'm going to make you sad. Okay, you're going to be a little sad. Some of you might be happy, but mostly sad. So you need to identify an AI evaluation project lead. So basically, you need to find somebody who wants to try to figure out if you should use it or not, right? Problem is, you got to be really careful who you get to use it. So I'm going to show you how to make your marketing team more efficient, and they're going to see it as you're going to fire us. Do not use the head of the marketing team to give you feedback on if ChatGPT can help or not, unless they're on board knowing it can. They are going to dissuade you. They are going to tell you it doesn't work. We tried it. And they will actually have a reason to think so. And the reason is just they didn't know how to use it right. So they need to be unbiased. Preferably, they already have an understanding of AI tools, because then they're more likely to be positive about it versus scared of it. And they can't be change resistant, because this is change. Like, this is scary, spooky, holy cow change. And they need to be willing to learn. I wake up every day going, oh my God, I wonder what I have to learn today, because what was yesterday's thing is no longer even legitimate to me today in the AI world. Even chat, it'll wake up one day and you ask it a question, it'll do it perfect. And then you go at like 6 o'clock at night, you ask it the exact same question, it answers it differently. Oh, it's like a 2-year-old. And sometimes a graduate university student. Oh, and sometimes a 9-year-old. And I even think sometimes it's a homeless person. So how do you know if the person you've picked is the right person? Raise your hand if you know how and what taking chat's temperature might mean. None of you were at Inspire, huh? So it turns out that if your marketing team's played with it and it gave bad content, it could be that they just don't know how to set the settings. Because even though it works the way it works, you can actually tell it to work different. You can make it more creative. You can make it less creative. So because I wanted an easy to understand experiment, let's do an experiment, okay? So our goal is to rewrite the menu item deluxe pizza. Why do we do that? Everyone in the restaurant, how many in the restaurant space? Okay, so you've all seen your favorite restaurant customer. Unfortunately, often Indian restaurants, because they like to, take shortcuts. So you have paneer prantha on the menu, and the description is what? Right, paneer prantha. Who knows what paneer prantha is? So who's going to order it if you don't know what it is? So if you rewrite that restaurant, it's 2 crispy traditional Indian flatbreads stuffed with spiced cottage cheese. I might order it because I like cheese and I like crispy golden fried stuff, right? So what happens if we set, so this is temperature 0.5. You're not supposed to really use anything between 1 and 2. Yeah, 1 and 2, 0 and 1. So if you set it, if you underclock it, like we just go crazy to see what's going to happen. Watch what happens. So what does deluxe pizza come? See, we've set it to the low end, which means no creativity. It's more like do what I say, right? So, and then when it tries a second time, well, that's a little bit better. So what if we go into the range of things that is sort of the recommended, the 0.1 forward? Now it becomes deluxe supreme pizza, okay? Or ultimate meat lovers pizza. So this is giving you ideas of how you could rename that to be a better thing. And if you start doing it with the restaurant description, which I only didn't do because I have to read a lot and you'd have to read a lot, and so we stayed with the item description or the item title. So now we go to temperature 0.5, Chicago's finest deluxe pizza. Gourmet garden veggie pizza. Anybody getting hungry? Right? Temperature 1.5. This is overclock. This is red line. This is goofball stuff. Magma burst supreme pizza. Oh man, actually sounds kind of good for me. I mean, or the cosmic carnival deluxe pizza. So the next marketing person or person you talk to that says, no, we tried it, doesn't work. Lawyers in the room. See, the problem is I have a really good example, but if there's lawyers in the room, I might get sued because we are in the US. But lawyers are famous. No, it can't possibly do it. I tried it, it didn't work. So here's the problem, guys. There's a whole bunch of other settings. Temperature is creativity. Max tokens is the length of output. So if they're working with a max tokens of 500 and they're trying to do a 27-page document, they're going to be frustrated that it keeps coming back with a 1-page answer because you didn't set the settings. Hang on. There's top P, which is diversity. There's frequency penalty, which is how often it'll allow itself to repeat stuff or not repeat stuff. There's presence penalty. This is on new topics. Do you want to let it wander or do you want it to stay between the rails? So this is the problem when you look at how do we implement it or not implement it. Does the person who's making the decisions at least understand these basics? If not, they're lovely. Let them keep doing their job. Find someone else. Chat can be whoever, whatever, and however you direct it to be. If it's not giving you what you need, you're just not doing it right. Anyone know about this? Anyone really thought it was really cool and then found out it didn't? And so we did an interesting thing where it was supposed to do something with the menu, and it did it brilliantly. And then we checked it, and none of the things it did it brilliantly for were actually on the menu. Chat will hallucinate. It will lie, and they will be convincing lies. Okay? So it's really convincing lies. You'll be like, yeah, oh, no. So AI plus human equals smiley face, because you can't just let chat run amok. So we do deep integrations with chat where we start with chat. We have a whole middleware that redirects chat and stops it and double checks that what it's saying correct. So don't ever let any department do it. Well, there was a lawsuit against a guy who used chat to answer it. And when he went in front of the judge, it had given precedents and everything, and he thought it was perfect, and none of the precedents actually existed. So he lost. Should have learned how to set the settings. So the easiest money savings and sales growth opportunities for VARs and ISVs. really, a lot of them come down to your content creation. Now, whether that's legal documents, whether that's, and again, legal documents, you're going to need your lawyer to review them. And you got to, okay, they're going to want to change them. Otherwise, they're going to feel like they're not doing their stuff, okay? So let them not be the same as the chat one they got. Let them fix it. It's going to be a major boost to productivity. Facebook, Instagram, email absolutely excels, unlimited creativity, never gets hung over, never gets grumpy, never shows up late. Your team will go on fire because even if you don't use any one thing it tells you, they're probably going to take this piece, and this piece and turn it into something awesome because they're awesome. Okay, we're not trying to replace them. We're trying to take the drudgery away from them so they can do what they're really good at. Videos, scripts, podcasts, TikTok, you can literally say, I'm looking to do a video about this kind of stuff and I need it to be 2 minutes long and yeah, okay, go do that. And it will. Yeah. And then you can go to pictory.ai and you can shove that script into that and you can say, go and find a bunch of videos and stuff and mash it all up and make it cool. And it will. And if you don't like it, you say, do it again. Okay. Right? Never talks back. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Sometimes it does sort of talk back. It's kind of entertaining. You're like, you didn't do a good job. I'm so sorry. I really tried my best. I will try again. Okay, you didn't do it again because you're asking the wrong question. It's apologizing that you screwed up. Just the way it is. TikTok training programs again. So, significant saving and earning opportunities with text and AI voice agents. Chatbots and AI voice agents are really great. So when I say AI voice agent, I'm talking about the ability to have your inbound calls hit an AI voice agent, and that agent, based upon the programming and the data you feed it, will be able to field all the nuisance calls, all that kind of stuff. And of course, the chatbots, as you saw, they're the text ones. So they go hand in hand. You should have both, right? Some people like to, when you're at 3 o'clock in the morning and your wife's sleeping, you're not called it to talk to them about. You're hoping you can get the same answer out of one that's quiet, right? Text support, text and voice agent. So your sales support, text and voice are applicable. Text support. Oh my goodness, I took a Star Micronics manual and an Epson manual and I threw them in just to see what would happen. And I said, what color of restaurant printers do you have? And they said, black, gray, and white. Okay, cool. And it turned out that the Epson had black and gray and the Star Micronics had black and white. And I said, okay, great. So I also went, what about this? And it said, oh, it looks like you need the Epson, blah, blah, blah. And I said, great, I'll take one in white. And it said, oh, I'm sorry, it doesn't come in white. But if white's your primary problem or your primary concern, it's actually not so bad that you go with the Star Micronics because it has a feature like this, which is almost like, oh. And I'm looking at the older man and going, it's telling the truth. It's not hallucinating. Wow, crazy. Telemarketing sales, you can actually do telemarketing and book appointments with the push a button. It's not easy. It's going to take a long time to figure out the scripts, but it does when you're using a telemarketing agency anyways, right? You can just do it fast now. Instead of having to put 5 people on the phone for 3 days to test a script, you go in and you say, okay, I'm going to do 5,000 calls to restaurants at 2:47, go. And a minute later, you have the results. Didn't work, try a different script. So, what is a phone agent? An AI voice agent is a computer program that simulates spoken conversations with humans using speech recognition, natural language processing, and speech synthesis technologies. Now, this is a quote by one of my favorite people, ChatGPT. I might have edited it a bit because the human part has to be there. I think I put the quotation marks around it, actually. And that was actually 4.0. So while we're on that subject, there's 4.0, there's 4.0, and there's 3.5, and there's 3.5 turbo. Another thing for the person who's in charge of figuring out what to do is for them to test which one works best for the content that you're trying to create, because one might be better than the other. It's just a drop down to try it. So make sure that they understand that. So the next is an AI phone agent that turns a nuisance call into an opportunity. Now, I want to be clear, this is not a live bot. This is actually built for one of our customers who said, I have this problem, and the problem was they're around 28 years. They get hundreds of calls. Is this DoorDash? Is this Uber Eats? Can you fix my whatever? And they're really cool because they actually try to help, thinking, well, if we help everybody, then, right? But it gets really to be a problem when they're really nuisance calls. So this is on testing servers, and I'm the one testing. okay? We just wanted to be clear so no one says, oh my God, they're using AI for answering their phones. I don't think that's good. No, wait, we're getting there. They will, I promise. So here we go.
Thank you for calling merchantservice.com. I am AI agent John Walker. How can I help you?
Yeah, is this DoorDash?
Sorry, we are not DoorDash. Quick question for you first, then I will try to look up DoorDash merchant support. Are you a restaurant owner or manager?
Yes, I am.
Gotcha. While we are not DoorDash, we do help a lot of restaurants increase their sales by 30% and decrease costs over $500 per month. We do this with AI restaurant marketing and reducing credit card processing fees, often to zero. Would that be something you would like to learn more about?
Yes, absolutely.
Great. Would you like to book a call with one of our experts now, or would you prefer I give you what I found on how to contact DoorDash merchant support first?
DoorDash merchant support, please.
No problem. As far as I have been able to research for you, the number to call for DoorDash merchant support is 8552-228-111. Did you get that?
Yep.
Great. Should we book you that call with one of our experts now?
Yeah, that'd be great.
A nuisance call. Now, again, making these bots isn't so much just giving it data. It's also a bit of a social engineering experience. It's a bit of a data modification experience. So the key to this call and why it works is I told the bot, if they say they're a restaurant owner, pitch up. If he would have just said, no, I'm not a restaurant owner, I'm sorry, but we don't care about them. They're probably trying to figure out when their order is going to arrive. So then we would have just given the merchant the DoorDash information and sent them on their way. So when you're designing a bot, it's all about what is your objective on a call. And you can have 100 different objectives. You can have one objective. You could just let it be a knowledge base. So that was the key to that one, is it's a natural conversation. It can handle complex questions. It can convert nuisance calls to potential customers. So when I said I was going to do a voice agent, did this surprise you that it was this good? Or was this, oh yeah, okay, or no, that kind of sucks? Raise your hand if it kind of sucked. Excellent, because the doors are closed. It would be hard for you to leave. So, will voice agents frustrate your customers? If you design them wrong or buy from somebody who doesn't know how to do them, absolutely. Be upfront and give options. So we like to always start with, this is AI agent blah. And if you want them to use it, but you want them to make it feel like you're willing to give them to a live agent, then you say, if you'd like, I can take you to a live agent. Oh, I'd like a live agent. Great. They'll be free in, let me check, 5 minutes and 22 seconds. Would you like to talk to me in the meantime? Faced with 5 minutes wait and seeing if it'll work, guess what most people pick? Okay, I'll try it. And then it never ends up needing to go through to the live agent. But if you just immediately say, if you don't want to be AI, I can put you right through, guess what they're going to do? Probably 50% are going to go, oh, I'm scared of AI, put me right through. But if you make them wait, and we can randomize that, it doesn't have to be 5 minutes, 28 seconds. We can say, somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, say a number. It's fine. So again, being upfront and giving options is the quickest way to not have people frustrated by your bot. So, how's my time? Yeah, good. How did I get involved in this? I had a bit of an aha moment. So I wanted to do an outbound telesales bot so that we could replace our team in the Philippines. So I found a Facebook ad, and I called for the specific reason to prove that it was not true and they were lying. You know how we do that, right? We're not buying. Okay. So they were kind enough to quote me $7,000 to build a bot, and I was like, wow, that's a good deal. Replacing $5,000 a month of Filipinos for $7,000 one-time fee. I mean, count me in, let's go. And then they shared with me the underlying technology behind it, I think accidentally. So while I was waiting for them to figure their stuff out, I went and signed up to the thing. And I had a bot made to do restaurant phone ordering. And again, it didn't take the order of the stuff the restaurant had. I mean, they were all Mexican items, but most of them weren't on the menu. So you have to put guardrails on it. It's not so easy. And 9:20 in the evening, my phone rings about 30 some minutes after I had been playing with this and was ecstatic and excited. And it started talking to me about, oh yeah, thanks for doing our demo, and how do you like it and how's it going? And I'm, oh, that's great, man, I want it. And I knew they were building up for an ask. Boy, I knew something was coming. I've sold from the stage before. Then he started building up the value, and you're going to get this and that, the other thing. At about 30 minutes of my 40-minute call, I figured out, okay, I'm an AI expert. This is what people call me. I don't really know. Expert just means I know a bit more than them. But anyhow, I'm an AI expert. And at 30 minutes, I figured out I'd been talking to a robot the whole time. Raise your hand if you think the bot was trying to sell me something for $1,000 or less. Right. $5,000 or less. $21,800. And I said yes. And I got real excited because if I said yes, I'm like, wait, I don't need that guy anymore. I don't need to keep hiring Filipinos. Craig, love you, buddy, but don't need to be doing those calls anymore, right? So I was pretty excited about it. But the point is, it can be done that good, or you can do it wrong and it won't work. So it's really exciting technology. Here's another example, and this was something we thought, because a lot of people do with restaurants, we do an example of one of the biggest banes of everybody I know that does online ordering or POS setup, modifiers. So this one, same thing. This is for order counter. It's a demo bot that they gave us permission to build, to share with you, to sort of show you what's possible. And it is on testing servers. And it's the client in this case testing.
Thank you for calling Order Counter. I am AI agent Martina Jones speaking. How can I help you?
Yeah, I'm trying to set up some speed mods for a burger, and I'm just getting a little bit confused on that.
I'd be happy to help you with that. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you're trying to accomplish with the speed mods for your burger? Are you looking to add specific toppings or modifiers, or is there something else you're trying to achieve?
No, yeah, I'm just trying to add some, toppings and modifiers, the standard stuff that would come onto a burger, lettuce, tomato, bacon, things like that.
So have you already created the burger menu item in your order counter system, or do you need help with that part as well?
No, I already set up the burger modifier item, and I'm just looking to set up the speed mods for the burger.
Now that we've got the burger menu item set up, let's talk about implementing speed mods to make ordering easier and faster for your customers.
Could you try to just walk me through it step by step?
I'd be happy to guide you through the process of setting up speed mods for your burger modifiers. Let's get started. To create a standalone modifier, you'll need to access the control panel. Can you navigate to the control panel in your order counter system?
Yes, I'm there.
Now click on the menu tab and select modifiers from the drop-down menu. This will take you to the modifiers page, where you can create and manage your modifiers. Do you see the add modifier button on that page?
Wow, right?
Sold.
Yeah, right? Thank you. Yeah, right? See ya. I'm out. My job's done. I'm leaving. So the difference is natural conversation, step-by-step instruction. Now let me explain how I did that, or what. So the material I was given was a beautiful knowledge base in HubSpot. And it was a line of text and a picture with a circly thing on it saying, this is the button you need to click. So it wasn't all text-based. So I was thinking, oh my God, I got to go write, the stuff that it said. No, I took the images and I sent them to chat and I said, okay, here's the images that go along with the text. Please make this step-by-step instruction based upon what you see. And that's where it said, click this, click that. And I was like, so even me, I live every day going mind blown. Everything's possible, yet something like that happens. So I don't know, does that resonate with what I did? I gave it images from their file, and it interpreted those images and turned it into, one of it was like, you need to go about three over, there's a top-hand menu, you go 3 over from the left, and that's the one you need to push, it'll say this. And I was like, wow, because I thought that was going to be my team having to do that. When we build your bottom, sorry, sir, what was your name? I thought we were going to have to go do all that scrubbing. No, chat steps in again, makes it happen. So limited only by the imagination of the creator. So they're here to stay. They're only going to get better. Are they perfect? Nope. I'll tell you the tech support bot every now and then is going to screw up. And I know that's going to be a problem because your tech support people never screw up, right? So if you look to this as it's emerging technology, it's not your $150,000 a year super awesome expert on the phone at your low-end sales, at your low-end tech support. It's the whatever your minimum wage is, and if you can knock a nickel off that guy, right? Anyways, you're dealing with something that'll be better than that, and it has full knowledge of everything you need. So they're really crazy. So more complex AI opportunities for VARs. So now we're going to get into some stuff that's not, I'm just going to go through this fairly fast because it's really just trying to get the idea that these kind of things are possible. Some of these things are things you can do yourself. Some of these things will need a development team. Some of them will need external tools. So customer sentiment analysis, you're going to need developers. You're going to need external tools. Monkey Learn and Lexa Linux are two that are very good. Predictive inventory management. Again, developers required, external tools, IBM Watson and Azure are two of the ones that work really well. So here's the cool concept. If you built a tool like this for your own needs, always be thinking, once I've built it for me, what if I can bundle it up and sell it through my channel, right? You build a great big bot that supports everything you have, and then you make a copy of it, you knock off the stuff that this guy doesn't need, you add in the little bit that he does. What if you spend 100 grand on a bot? And then you only need to spend 10 grand to turn it into something that you can sell again for 100 grand, right? So it's really quite interesting. Always be thinking, what problem can I solve for myself first? And then can I solve that problem as part of my product or service offering, right? As VARs and ISVs are always looking for the next thing, how do I not just sell hardware? This is the kind of thing that gives a great opportunity to start selling other things. So more complex AI opportunities for ISVs. Code generation and completion. So this is mostly prompts, but there are great tools called GitHub Copilot and things for your developers. It's amazing at code generation, but what you need to tell your developers, or if you are one and you're frustrated by it, stop being a developer. Talk to it more regular language about the problem you're trying to solve and how it goes, and tell it an answer. It'll write the code way better if you talk developer speak to it. It's really quirky, but it really works better to talk to it more natural language. Code review, bug detection, developers and external tools like Deep Code or Sync. Chat box, text-based, developers and Chat API. Again, we built one in a week with ChatGPT. I gave it to my guys for this. I said, I want you to do it, but I want you to use ChatGPT to help you do it. And in 1 week, we had it all plumbed into our system and working, and did that demo. And they said that if they would have had to start from scratch and figure it out, instead of Chat literally giving them the roadmap and even code samples, they probably would have been 2.5 to 3 weeks to complete it. And they were like everyone else in the beginning, reluctant. Your developers typically are going to be reluctant because they hate thinking that something can do their job because they're developers. But it can do their job, or it can assist their job. And again, AI plus human is critical, so they're safe. You're just going to get more done. So what if you don't do it? What if your developers were like mine at the beginning? No, I'm not doing it. Finally, I had to say, if you're not going to do it, you're fired, because we're going to go out of business because everyone else around us is going to use it, and our prices are going to be 30% more. So this is critical stuff. I'm making light of it. This is critical stuff to be implementing into your organizations. It's not really optional anymore. We're at Inspire, we were already not optional. At this point, we're really, really, really not optional, right? Marketing content, prompts only, easy stuff. Bug tracking needs a resolution. Developers external tools like Rollbar, Sentry, Jira, and Trello. Again, if you know what these are, you'll know what they are. And if you don't, you'll be going, okay, I need to do some research. Programming epiphany. Writing code is very logical. It doesn't deal with nuance very well. So if you want to give your developers, or if you're a developer, here's the best tip I can give you. Think SQL code, SQL code, SQL code, complicated language stuff that I need to deal with, interject, send it off to chat, get an answer in a format that I can use it, and then SQL code, SQL code, SQL code. So what that means is something that would be almost impossible to code. With ChatGPT, you just have to take what you have, send it to it, tell you what I want it to do, and it'll get back to you. Muck around with that enough, and it'll come back in a formatted way that then you can run your SQL query against. It is life-changing, magical. So like, let's say you were doing ordering, and you got the old Big Mac fries mess. You just take that whole transcript, shove it to chat, and say, well, what the heck did they order? And it came back with 98% what they ordered. And then, if you get cooler, then you know that you have all your restaurant data, so you can actually start checking against that as you go with SQL. And next thing you know, you get very, very close to 100% on the order. How many restaurant people get the order perfect every time? It was an epiphany. I mean, my head was blown. I woke up at night going, all the things my guys are complaining about, they don't even have to try to do. They were like, nah, it won't work. Oh, yeah, it did. So, chatbots, voice agents, marketing content, here are all the things and the doodads and the gizmos that you could possibly be doing with chat. Again, be thinking, what can we do that works for us so you have an immediately benefit from it? And if you can think about the things that also could sell or give away. Hey, maybe you give it away. You spend $100,000 to build the ultimate bot with 7 million pieces of data, and then you give it away because that's going to take all your level 1 support, push it down there, and then you can still have the bot. If you take level 2 support, you can still have the bot call out to your level 2 support and skip the reseller, skip the partner in the process. It's all possible, right? So that's pretty cool. Okay, so look at that. 3 minutes to go. That means I can take one question. Yes?
How does it work with different languages?
Okay, so now you're going to get me really excited. So everyone's got an extra couple minutes, right? So it's absolutely amazing with different languages. So we find in the restaurant space, it's a constant problem that the owner speaks Croatian. Right, Dino? Yeah. Or the owner speaks Spanish and the middle person's trying to translate and everything. So we literally take our stuff, just our manual emails, and we'll write the thing in English, and then I'll actually send it to chat and say, boom, make it Spanish. And it's close enough that now the owner, see, here's why this is the key, right? The owner wants it. The intermediary, he don't want more work. No, you don't need that. Guess what? Now even if it's not perfect, now the owner knows enough about what you're talking about to not allow their manager to kick it out. It's pretty cool. And I did it first with a good friend. I speak Japanese fluently. I spend a lot of time in Japan. And so I wanted to try for Japanese. So I did it, but I don't read Japanese. So I got my buddy in and I said, hey, look, this is what I did. What do you think? And it was some marketing content. He says, it's all correct, but it's stiff. I said, okay, hang on. So I went, chat, don't be stiff, be friendly and casual. In Japanese. And it popped it up and he goes, wow, how'd you fix it? Well, I told it, don't be stiff. It is that simple, you guys. Don't overthink it, right? We have a problem when you're doing Facebook posts. We want to randomize the stuff a bit so it's not the same exact format. And we're sending everything at once, which means it doesn't know what we sent before, doesn't know what we sent after. So when we say, don't do it the same way all the time, I'd like this to happen, I tried everything logical about it. And finally, I basically said, so I kind of like these 3 ideas, and I don't really want you to use one all the time. So you should try to use another one sometimes, but not all the time. But it's okay if you use it more than once. Worked perfectly, hasn't broken since. So sometimes you just got to go back to being a 2-year-old to talk to the 2-year-old. Sorry, but it is that simple. It's that simple. And, temperature, all of those settings can help get it zeroed in even more. So if you love this, please do this. Man, I should have known. If I would have had AI, we could have sorted that out to make it easy for everyone. So this is me. I'm going to make you an offer. And the offer is, this is my personal cell phone number. This is my actual email address. My actual name is Dennis Wilson.
But it's answered by a chatbot.
Only if I don't like you. You, sir, never. It will be answered immediately by me. So my offer is this. I believe in AI and businesses getting on board with it. If you are having a sticky problem with it, if you really are just confused, if you really just need a shoulder to cry on, please text me first. Dennis, met you there when you were speaking. You said you would help. I need help. Let's schedule a call. Even if it's just exploratory. I'm not looking for money. I'm not looking to sell you anything. I'm saying if you run into problems with your stuff, or convincing your legal team or whoever you think is going to benefit the most, I make you the offer that because you're now my friends. Yeah, you're all my friends. That's right. No one left. That's good. Okay. Just call me, email me. I'm more than happy to get on a call to try to help you get over the hump so that you can actually start benefiting, saving, and making a bunch of money by having AI as a part of your business.